All right, I found that to be very interesting. I learned something today. I'm glad I did. And the way I roll is like this. So-called mistakes all depends on how you look at them and how you treat them. It could be just simply lessons and blessings. And I know everybody got a thing about the term blessings and this and that and all that, but come on, man. I mean something good. All right, can we figure that out? It could be a mistake or something very, very good. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is because I straightened it out, they gave me my some real buying power, I like to say, which is the SMA. And now I just can exercise my patience again because, like, that $227. I mean, yeah, it's money and blah blah, but when you're doing this, all depends on where you standing and how you standing. It just don't mean that much. It really is not. I mean, I understand what happened. That means more than the money itself. By me understanding what happened, that means I know what to do. You see what I'm saying? Simple as that in my book. All right. And I'm gonna go look at some of my all-time favorites that might be dropping. I just don't want to be too hasty because we in the tis the season type thing, and they like to play games and play tricks around this time. And I'm not talking about the mistake that I made. I'm talking about this whole thing can get tricky because it's about the money. All right. And I think I'm just remain patient because sound may drop more. Okay. Sound may drop more. And I may want to pick that up. It may drop to 18 and I'll pick some of it up at 18. Now if it shoots up, then I'll play it as it's going up because I'm tied into it. I mean, if you can see what I'm talking about when I say I'm tied into it. But if it starts going up in that unrealized change, which it will, which I know it will, and let's just say if it goes to 23.50, I might sell out half of that 865 just so I can have money to trade. See, because when things are down and things is locked up, uh, I just can't keep putting money in stuff. I got to work with what's there, and this is where the magic comes in at. So, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm really gonna wait and see how much I actually got because I talked to the guy and I told him about the funds on hold. He said, "Yeah, that'll help clear up your issues too," which I was a little disappointed because I wanted to do things with the funds on hold. But because it wasn't that much of a big mistake, the money's not going to make that much of a difference. It's all going to be about the timing factor, what I could pick up, and how much I could drop off, because that's, like sell it for. And that's where my mistake came in at. Right when Team Sound was at, I forget what it was at, like 23.77 or something. And I says, oh, well, I want to make that penny. And I put it at 23.78. Never seen 78. Just kept going down to where you see it now. And that's where the depression came at for me. Now, had I had sold it, then basically the money that you see or have seen me kind of like locked up in Sound, I guess you can see it now, that's what I'll be able to retrade with. See, the trick to this is, especially into what I call, which I never heard before, which I know it ain't probably nothing new, is a self-sustaining account. Meaning I just use the money that the account itself is making, and if it makes X amount of money, I'm taking some out from my pocket. But I always like to keep a certain amount in there, meaning like that's why I got to see a number. If the number is going to be 35,000, then after 35,000, I'll take a little something something out. But I always want to know that 35,000 is kind of like there, even though it may drop itself. And as it drops, I know, hey, I won't touch it. But if it hits that 35,000 and over, I go, I may could take a little profit. Now I can extend that 35 to 40,000 if I choose to. That means I just have to wait longer to have money for my pocket because I'm dependent on the account by itself to make its own money. Do we have a clarity on that? See, and I'm want to get back to that, which I will. I just don't know where yet because it keeps playing at Is this U.S. Gold who? I like that. Crypto been dropping anyway, which is cool too because I've been buying some. But yeah, I really think like if my pockets can stay strong, aka keep my goddamn job and all that good stuff. And like I'm not going and just wait for the account itself to build up to 40,000. I mean, hey, let's face it, that could take a day, or it could take 6 months, or it could take a year. I don't have a crystal ball, but it's because this is how stuff fluctuates. Team Sound may run up to shit tomorrow, not tomorrow, because it's ding 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 finger ding ding pink, and then what is it? What's tomorrow anyway? Wednesday. That's good because then the market should be open for Thursday and Friday. So it might be Friday. I can have a nice day. It might be that following Monday. Who the H know? But the thing, the deal is to never invest more than you're willing to lose. So that way, when you find yourself in losing strategies, it's not hard to kind of bail out. With money though, hopefully you don't lose everything. Bail out. What's this? Ain't nothing though. These guys, if anything, I may have to keep buying this stuff just to bring the cost average down. No, not this guy. This guy, if I can get it, that guy. Yeah, because this is sad for me. This was on the speculation. Yeah, wow, you made $448, but I'm unrealized over $5,000. Meaning, if I touch anything over here, you see that becomes realized over there in the red. So I gotta keep that tied up. Every now and again, I buy a little bit because, we talking about. First of all, this is a history. See, I turned investment into a gamble with this one because if you look at the history, and I knew what I was getting into. Okay, if you look at the history, now I'm gonna tell you what caught my eye. It's the target. It was the target. It was the buy. And I don't just listen to like ibrk. I be kind of like all over the place doing my little research, and everything kind of was pointing the finger to dragonfly will fly, but the question is when, and so it may be a good. The company may be good and they're just struggling, and my thing is hopefully they don't fall apart. They don't shake themselves loose. But sometimes I look for risky investments. I just kind of put too much money too fast into this one because I could right now be using some of that seven almost $8,000. Like I could be using that over what you call sound or Nvidia or AI. I mean, there's so many say prominent stocks, even Chewy. Like Chewy is a good one. I don't talk to people about DJT because then they start going through issues. FCL is not even a bad one. Still speculative, only because of the business they do. They do. It's a battery thing. The state of the art type of batteries and stuff, but they have stiff competition. And then what we got Raleigh was another one. See, that was speculative that I got carried away with. I and that's it's all about your habits. See, I'm down a G. I mean, it may not look bad, but all this stuff adds up. And because I'm tying up $1,400, almost $1,500 right there. And this thing is like it barely breathes. It's like boom, 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 boom. Like, oh shit, I'm dying waiting for it to live. But it's okay because as long as I got my winners, and who my winners be in a sense, because I get a little heavy on them. But then if you look too, I get a little heavy on the dumb side too. So, that's me pushing too hard to make money instead of just letting it happen. If you understand what I mean. I set everything up and then I relax. Not set everything up and then push and go crazy now. You set everything up and then just kind of like let the market takes care of itself, which it does, and which it will. Like right now, if I shut this thing off and don't come back for a week, which I can't, everything would be different. Now I'm gonna cut this short because it's kind of long.